जीवन्मुक्तिप्रदं देवं क्षमापूर्णं जगद्गुरुं वन्दे परमहंसाख्यं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतं। जीवन्मुक्तिप्रदं देवं क्षमापूर्णं जगद्गुरुं वन्दे परमहंसाख्यं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्। आनन्दानुभवास्वादं सर्वरोगनिवारकं वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्। आनन्दानुभवास्वादं सर्वरोगनिवारकं वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्। नित्यमुक्तं निर्विकल्पं ध्यानलोकप्रदीपकम्।
పరమహంస నిత్యానంద ఈ శతాబ్దపు మరువలేని పోలికలేని ఒక ఆధ్యాత్మిక శక్తి, ఒక అంతర్జాతీయ సాంఘిక ఆధ్యాత్మిక ప్రభంజనాన్ని స్థాపించిన ఒక అద్భుత శక్తి, వైదిక ధర్మాన్ని పునరుద్ధరించడానికి ఉద్భవించిన ఒక చైతన్య శక్తి. ఆయన అతి పవిత్రమైన తిరువణ్ణామలై క్షేత్రంలో జన్మించారు. ఒక యోగిగా జన్మించి తనలో సహజంగానే పొంగిపొర్లే ఆధ్యాత్మికతను కోట్ల మందికి పంచుతూ స్ఫూర్తినిచ్చే ఒక అమోఘ శక్తి. అతి పురాతనమైన యోగా విద్యలో ప్రావీణ్యం కలిగి ఆధ్యాత్మిక శాస్త్రాన్ని క్షుణ్ణంగా పరిశోధన చేసిన ఒక మహాద్భుతమైన అంతఃప్రపంచపు పరిశోధకులు, ఆత్మజ్ఞానాన్ని ప్రసాదించే గురువులు. ప్రతి సంవత్సరం పరమహంస నిత్యానంద ఆయన జ్ఞానామృతాన్ని, ఆనందం వెదజల్లే ఆయన చిరునవ్వుని, తిరుగులేని ఆయన దీక్ష యొక్క శక్తిని 1 కోటికి పైగా ఉన్న ఆయన శిష్యులకు పంచుతున్నారు. ఇప్పుడు పరమహంస నిత్యానంద మీరు జీవన్ముక్తులుగా జీవించటానికి తోడ్పడే పరిష్కారాలను మీకు అందజేస్తున్నారు. ఒక మరువలేని ఆధ్యాత్మిక అనుభవం కొరకు మమ్మల్ని వెంటనే సంప్రదించండి.
వందే సనాతనం పుణ్యం నిత్యానందాయ స్వాగతం. సర్వధర్మ ప్రణేతారం సచ్చిదానంద రూపిణం వందే సనాతనం పుణ్యం నిత్యానందాయ స్వాగతం. వేద వేదాంత సంవేద్యం దేవదేవీ స్వరూపిణం వందే వటపలాశిస్థం.
These men, blinded by greed, see no fault in killing one's family or being treasonable to friends and incur sin. Arjuna is expanding on his confusion. Actually, more and more words Arjuna utters, the more and more number of engrams which he is carrying are revealed so that Krishna can treat him. It's actually diagnosis process. That's why Krishna is not interfering at all. Arjuna is saying here, oh Janardana, these men, he is telling the opposite people, because they are blinded by greed, they don't see something is wrong in killing one's own family or doing mitra droha. He says, doing droha to own friends and incur sin. So in a way he is telling Krishna, they are blinded by greed, they can do all that, but we should not be doing all this. See, who is giving advice to whom? Actually, Krishna is not interfering at all. Why you know? He is just diagnosing. He is letting Arjuna vomit all the engrams so that finally he can finish his surgery. He needs to know what all is there inside. So he is letting Arjuna to talk more and more and more. See the funny thing, this guy suddenly changes the whole tune. Earlier he was giving all kinds of arguments. Now he is telling Krishna, they are all blind. He doesn't understand he is blind. He now says, they are all blind. Maybe those people who are blind can do this kind of cheap activities. How can we do, Krishna? I have a story. One guy calls his doctor and says, "Doctor, my wife has become very old and she has become deaf and I want you to see her." Doctor says, "I am too busy. Next 1 week I won't be able to see you or see her. But just do this small test and get back to me. I can give you preliminary solution." He asked, "What is the test?" "You first stand in the distance of 40 feet and call her. Then go 30 feet and call her. Then go 20 feet and call her. Then 10 feet, call her. And go nearer and call her and tell me the response. So based on that, I will know her deafness, how much she is deaf. Then I will give you some preliminary solution. Bring her after 1 week." This guy says, "Great, I will do it." So he stands 40 feet distance and asks, "Oh darling, what is breakfast?" So he goes 30 feet. "Oh sweetie, what is breakfast?" He goes 20 feet and says, "Oh my dear, what are you cooking for the breakfast?" She was standing in the kitchen and cooking. He goes 10 feet near and asks, "Hey, what is the breakfast?" He finally goes near, almost near her ears, and asks, "Hey, what is the breakfast you are cooking?" She turns and says, "For the 5th time I am replying, chicken." Understand, she is not deaf, he is deaf. Now see, suddenly Arjuna is telling, "Janardana, these men blinded by greed," whom he is talking about? He is talking about the other side. As if he has a complete Divya Drishti and he can see everything in the world. And he is telling, these men blinded by greed see no fault in killing one's family or being treasonable to friends. And not only that, he is now trying to send a subtle blackmail to Krishna. See, don't encourage me to fight because it is Mitra Droha. Mitra Droha means what? Going against the trust of the friend. You are my friend. If you encourage me to go against other friends, then naturally you are telling me to go against you also. So slowly he is telling, he is not going against the friend, going against the family and killing one's own family. Is it not treasonable? Is it not a sin?
కల్పతరు మీలోని కుండలిని శక్తిని తెలుసుకోగల ఒక ప్రత్యేక కార్యక్రమము కల్పతరు. పూర్తిగా ఒకరోజు జరిగే ఈ కార్యక్రమములో ఆరోగ్యకరమైన అద్భుతమైన మార్పును పొందగలరు. అవతారమూర్తి పరమహంస నిత్యానంద స్వామివారి ఆశీస్సులను ప్రత్యేకంగా పొందగల కార్యక్రమం కల్పతరు. కుండలిని అంటే ఏమిటి? కుండలిని అంటే ప్రతి ఒక్కరిలోనూ దాగి ఉన్న అద్భుత శక్తి. కుండలిని శక్తి ఒక ధ్యానోదయమైన గురుదేవుల దీక్షతో చైతన్యపరచవచ్చు. ఈ కుండలిని శక్తి మీ జీవితంలో అన్ని దశలలోనూ అభివృద్ధికరమైన మార్పులను తేగలిగే శక్తి. అది మీలో ఆరోగ్యాన్ని, ఐశ్వర్యాన్ని, విజయాన్ని, ఆనందాన్ని, ఆధ్యాత్మిక ధ్యానోదయాన్ని కలిగిస్తుంది. ప్రతి వారాంతములో కల్పతరు కార్యక్రమం బిడిది ఆశ్రమంలో నిర్వహించబడును. మమ్మల్ని సంప్రదించవలసిన చిరునామా నిత్యానంద ధ్యానపీఠం, నిత్యానంద నగర్, బిడది 562109, బెంగళూరు. ఫోన్ చేయవలసిన నంబరు 095500000550 లేదా 096185191701. మా వెబ్సైట్ www.nithyananda.org.
He says, Padakam. Padakam means great sin. Papa means sin. Padakam means great sin. the multiple level of sin is padagam. In our tradition, we call only 5 actions as padagam. See, killing is sin, but killing an enlightened being is padagam. Stealing is sin. Stealing gold is padagam. Having extramarital affair is sin, but having extramarital affair with your guru's wife is padagam. These are all called panjama padagams. See, sin is different. Padagam is the multiple layers of sin. So, suddenly Arjuna is using the word padagam. He is not using the word sin or papa. No. He is trying to teach morality, right and wrong, to Krishna. Now this shows the poor guy is confused so much, but Krishna listens. That's the greatness. He is not opening his mouth at all. Understand? I can be sure, I can see whatever has happened and tell you, he does not even show resentment in his face. His face is fully bloom, fully blossom. He's just, oh, is it so? He's listening. If he is not liking it, in 2 sloka I would have said, relax, let me start talking. Listen. But he is not doing it. He is opening his mouth only in next chapter. He is listening to all this nuisance, all this foolishness, and with tremendous patience he is listening. And Arjuna goes on with his great logic, expanding on his depression and the engrams with which he is caught. Please understand, there is a beautiful story in Bhagavatam. One rich man who does the Ekadasi Vrata, means he will fast on Ekadasi, and Dwadasi he will call all the devotees and give them all good food, and it's a great good act, punya. So Krishna appears one day in front of him and asks, my son, what do you want? You are doing so many wonderful work. And that guy says, if you give me more and more wealth, I will be happy to do this service in a big scale. Krishna blesses him, and lot of diamonds, everything showers. And now you guys don't even need to visualize how the gems shower and how the treasure showers. Anyhow, he showered, and next day, another one devotee, one old lady who used to do small prayers, but 24 hours she will be thinking and meditating on Krishna, living with Krishna practically. She had only one cow. So one day, she finishes her Ekadasi Vrata, and whatever milk she gets, she will make butter and call few devotees, Krishna's devotees, and share little with all of them, and she will also eat. Krishna appears next day in front of her and does not even ask, what do you want? He just eats the butter, then disappears. That day the only cow she had died. The only cow which she had died. Naturally, all the gopikas living around Krishna, they asked, what is this? That guy is already rich, and you went and showered more wealth on him, and this lady has only one cow, and you went and killed that cow and came back. What is this? Then he says, see, that guy wants to live and he is ready to live with a lot of engrams, no problem. So he asked for wealth, I gave wealth, and let him do good work and enjoy, and finally exhaust all the engram. When he comes, let him come to me for enlightenment. But this lady, except this cow, she doesn't have any other engram. This cow is the only engram stopping her becoming enlightened, reaching me completely. So when I went and saw, I saw this only engram. So I took away that engram. Now she will reach me completely. She will achieve the Paramapada, the moksha or Jivan Mukti, the eternal abode of my feet. So sometime he gives Sometimes he takes it away. But you can't judge it from outside. Arjuna goes on to teach right and wrong to Krishna. See, if you see from outside, you will feel, what is this? For somebody he is showering, for somebody he killed the cow, only cow, which she was having. So different reason. Krishna puts exactly in his hand on the engram. You see, this guy did not ask for enlightenment, but she is waiting for that only. So whatever you ask, for that he works. Here, Arjuna naturally asks for enlightenment. So whatever engram he is having, Krishna is for studying, so that he can start working on it, removing it. He is almost like a child. Arjuna is behaving like a child. How can he talk about right and wrong to Krishna? And he says, oh, how can this be done? It is such a sin.
ఒక అవతార పురుషుని దివ్య సలహాను నేరుగా పొందాలనుకుంటున్నారా? ఇప్పుడు మీకు పరమహంసతో ముఖాముఖి.
Nithyananda here. Oh, మీరు బాగున్నారా?
పరమహంస నిత్యానంద మరొక్కసారి పోలిక లేని ఒక విభిన్నమైన కానుకను ప్రపంచానికి అందచేస్తున్నారు.
I will also support you by healing.
ఆయన ఇప్పుడు ప్రతిరోజు ఉదయం ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రసారమయ్యే సత్సంగంలో మీ ప్రశ్నలకి జవాబు ఇవ్వడానికి సిద్ధముగా ఉన్నారు.
నేను చూసుకుంటాను. So, no, you ask anything you want in your life. Ask me any boon you want.
ఉదయం 8 గంటలకు మా నంబరు 08027279999కి ఫోన్ చేసే అదృష్టవంతులకు ఆయనతో నేరుగా మాట్లాడే దివ్యమైన అవకాశం దక్కుతుంది. మరియు ఉదయం ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రసారమయ్యే సత్సంగం ntv.nithyananda.org లో చూడగలరు.
Let us see now how he continues on the next verse, expressing his depression and engrams. Let us do deeper psychoanalysis on Arjuna. Why should we, who clearly see the sin in the destruction of a dynasty, not turn away from this crime? See, it's actually continuity of the last sutra. He says, only those people who are blinded by greed can do these great sins like killing one's own family and doing droha to the friend, mitra droha. But why should we, who clearly see the sin in the destruction of dynasty, not turn away from this crime? O Krishna, see, he is putting it in a very different ways. But when you ask something to the master, you should be very clear and straight. One guy was celebrating his 50th anniversary, wedding anniversary with his wife. In the party, suddenly an angel appeared and said, it is very rare in this part of the world, people live together for 50 years. You guys have done a great job of living 50 years together. So ask me anything, I'll give. This guy suddenly says, I want a wife who is 30 years younger than me. The angel took out a wand and waved in front of that guy, and suddenly he became 30-year-old. Understand? When you ask clearly and don't try to put it in a roundabout way. Now that's what Arjuna is trying to do. Earlier he gave some argument, now he is giving some other argument. Now he is telling, they are fools ready to fight with us, but we are intelligent. We only should take the responsibility. Is it not Krishna? I can see he is talking like a child, repeating like a child. The school, whatever you listen, you come back to the house and try to do rehearsal on all those words. I have seen the kids, they will learn some bad word in the school from the other kids. They will not even know the meaning. They will come to the house and try to use it on the parents or on the brothers or on other members in the house. If you see in your life, you can see. They will not even know the meaning. They will come to the house and they will try to use those words. Here, Arjuna is playing. He doesn't know the meaning of the words he is uttering. He just wants to tell something. So he picks up all the best words he learnt here and there. Mitra Droha, Padagam. So he picked up all those words and he is using on Krishna. Suddenly he is using the word Janardana, protector of Jana, people. He is saying, because he is saying the whole dynasty will be destroyed. How can you encourage this act having the name Janardana, who is protector of Jana? Jana means mass, people. So how can you have the word Janardana and encourage me to kill people? We should not do it. We should maintain your glory. Your name, Janardana. He is talking like a child. One day, there was a dinner. A family called his friends. The friends' family came. They all sat at the table. The host asked the guest's daughter, the friend's family, "Dear, can we say grace? Can we say our prayers?" She said, "No, I don't know what to do, what to tell." "No, tell whatever your mother tells before the dinner." The daughter bowed her head and said, "Dear Lord, why on earth did I invite these people for dinner?" She said, "This is what usually my mother will tell before the dinner whenever she invited people." The child is repeating whatever she heard. Same way, Arjuna is repeating all the big words he heard in his Gurukula. When he learnt the language without even knowing the meaning, he is uttering and he is saying, God, Kulakshaya Kritam, destruction of dynasty. He says, our whole dynasty will be destroyed. We should not be doing this. First he used the word Swajanam. Now he is using the word whole dynasty. So he goes on expanding on his depression and expressing all the engrams with which he is caught. So let us spend few minutes surrendering to the cosmic consciousness, Krishna, which lands again and again as incarnations on the planet Earth. Surrender to that energy, praying, let that energy always guide us. Let us not deviate from that energy.
ब्रह्ममुरारिसुरार्चितलिङ्गं निर्मलभाषितशोभितलिङ्गं जन्मजदुःखविनाशकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि नित्यानन्दलिङ्गम्।
ॐ नमो भगवते रुद्राय नमस्ते रुद्रमन्यवकुतो दयिषवे नमः नमस्ते अस्तु धन्वने बाहुभ्यामुदते नमः या च यशः शिवतमा शिवं बभूव ते धनुः शिव शरव्याया तवतया नो रुद्रमृडय या ते रुद्र शिवा तनोरघोर पापकाशिनी तया नस्तनुभाषन्तमया गिरिशन्ताभिजागशीः या विशृङ्गिरिशन्तहस्ते विभष्ट्यस्तवे शिवाङ्गिरित्रतां गुरुमाहि पुंसेः पुरुषं जगत् शिवेन वचसा त्वा गिरिशाच्छा वदामसि यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मगुं सुमना असत् अद्य वोचदधिभक्ता प्रथमो दैव्यो विशगे अहेहश्च सर्वान् जम्बयन् सर्वाश्च यादुत्राण्यः असौ यस्ताम्रो अरुणपुत भभ्रस्सु मङ्गलः ये चेमागुं रुद्र अभितो दिक्षु श्रुता सहस्रशो वै शागुं भेडयीमहे असव्यो वसर्पति नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः उदैनं गोपा
Because 2000 crore loss. I have decided that I myself going personally sitting in Pondicherry and going to do the relief work.
We are expected to reach at least 1 lakh people per day.